my God! Do you feel like this regarding your debt situation? Oh! We can help!
UnitedWeStandPeople.com. The power's in the people.
Hey guys, welcome back. Okay, this video is about Kim Pottinger and Mrs. Robinson of DNA Collections trying to collect Canadians' debt without the proper documentation. Now for the full report, click here. But for now, just carry on with the video. I think you'll enjoy it. Hello from UnitedWeStandPeople.com, where our goal is to empower the people using knowledge. Keep in mind, knowledge is power, and the power is in the people. Here's another quick report from our public investigation team, where all participating investigators are people just like you. This report is part of an ongoing public investigation into how the banks are pulling the wool over many Canadian borrowers by collecting on debts the banks no longer own. The banks accomplish this by carefully indoctrinating their employees, collectors, and lawyers into a train of thought that misrepresents many of the facts pertaining to the Canadian bank loans. That's right, the banks are selling your debt and not telling you. This seems to be the bank's best kept secret. And we, the Canadian people, are about to blow the top off this serious injustice. We are excited to share this episode of UnitedWeStandPeople.com Canadian Public Investigation. It illustrates how collectors do not have the proper documentation to legally and lawfully collect on your debt. Okay guys, so this episode is all about how collectors do not have the proper documentation in order to collect on any of your debt. Now how we're going to prove this to you is that we have some live recordings of collectors, Kim Pottinger and Mrs. Robinson, actually saying that they are well aware debts are bought and sold. So let's hear these recordings here for now.
So you are DNA Group, you're the collection company?
Yes.
For Walmart?
Yes, sir.
So first off, are you aware that debts are bought and sold?
I'm very familiar with that.
Okay, now that was Mrs. Robinson. Now let's see what Kim has to say.
In the financial industry, that institutions buy and sell debt on the world market all the time. And all
you're absolutely correct. You're absolutely correct.
Right.
Therefore, what you're accusing us of doing is breaking the law.
Well, you've heard it with your own ears. Kim Pottinger and Mrs. Robinson of DNA Group both admit they are well aware debts are bought and sold as a daily practice within the financial industry. Okay guys, so you've heard it for yourself. Both of them have openly admitted that they are well aware that debts are bought and sold as a daily business practice. So, us asking the question, is your client still the rightful owner of the debt because they could have sold the debt, is a very reasonable question. But as you'll see, the collectors just don't understand.
If I could ask, for DNA Group, what kind of confirmation do you get from your clients that they themselves haven't sold the debt? So in this case for Walmart MasterCard, what type of proof do you get from them that they haven't sold the debt? Or do you just take their word for it?
We know that it's because it's Walmart Rewards MasterCard. We work on their behalf.
So do you get any type of, all right, but do you get any type of confirmation from them, any type of paperwork to show that indeed they haven't sold the debt, that they still maintain it, or you just take their word for it?
We don't, exactly. We take our client's word.
Oh,
why would we not trust our client's word? If they're forwarding us the files, why would we not take their word?
Okay, well that was Mrs. Robinson. Now let's hear what Kim Pottinger has to say.
And that's legal. You have to, it's a given thing and understanding that your clients are doing things legally. So all clients that assign debts here, it is their debt to assign. So we don't have to ask documentation to say that this is your debt to assign. The fact that they've assigned it here, it's their debt to legally assign.
Okay guys, so that is a little ridiculous. What Kim Pottinger just said is that the reason she knows and verifiable proof that Walmart MasterCard still owns the debt is because she's holding a file in her hand. So to be very clear, the only people that will know if the debt is sold are chartered accountants signing a sworn affidavit that they looked into the ledgers to see if they still own the debt or if they don't own the debt. Now, if you really think about it, what they're doing is very irresponsible, because I know that if somebody came to me and asked me to collect on a debt, well, I want to make sure that my client actually still owns the debt before I go harassing people. Just for the plain fact that they are aware in the first recording that debts are bought and sold as a common business practice in the financial industry, I find it very interesting that they don't see the connection that, well, they could have sold the debt, and that's why you yourself as a collector should be checking if they are still the rightful owners of the debt. Well, here, I'll tell you what, we put something very special together here just so we can illustrate this fact a little bit better for Kim and Mrs. Robinson. Hopefully they'll understand it after this. Take a look at this. Now keep in mind, if Walmart MasterCard sold the debt, that's fine. They just need to tell the Canadian public who they sold the debt to so we can complete the transaction with the rightful owner of the debt. Kim Pottinger and Mrs. Robinson of DNA Group somehow is not grasping this common sense concept. So let's break it down for them with a simple example that illustrates this common sense concept. The Canadian borrower signs a loan contract in January. The creditor sells the debt without informing the Canadian borrower in April. December, the creditor sends the file to a third-party collector. This example illustrates that at the time DNA Group created the original collections file with the creditor, Walmart MasterCard, would no longer have owned the debt due to the fact they sold it. This is why it is so important for collectors to be asking their clients, the Canadian creditors, for verifiable proof they are in fact still the rightful owners of the debt before they start the collection process. If the collector does not receive verifiable proof of ownership from their client, they could be collecting on debts their clients no longer own. Now keep in mind, if Walmart MasterCard did sell the debt, that's fine. They just have to let us know who they sold it to so the Canadian public can complete the transaction with the rightful owner of the debt. Okay guys, so I think the main objective here is to understand that the collectors do not have proper documentation to be collecting the debt. So what we need to do now is we need to hold the lenders and the collectors to the task of proving their client or them themselves still own the debt. Okay guys, now that you know this is going on, make sure you guys go ahead and complain. The only way this is ever going to stop the Canadian people being bullied by bank employees and bank collectors and bank lawyers is that they must hear from us. Because again, when a bully is bullying somebody and nobody's watching, this is what gives them the power. As soon as somebody says, hey, stop that bullying, the bullying stops. Make sure you send a complaint. It's in the description, the link. Okay guys, well that's it for this episode, but before I go, I want to make sure again to give a special thanks to Rondo. He's the one asking the questions to Kim and Miss Robinson. Now keep in mind, Rondo is just like you. He was looking at it, seeing what we're doing, wanting to get involved. So if you'd like to become an investigative reporter with us, just check out this video up here. If you know anybody that is in really big debt problems, you let them know about this information. We have had so much success using these exact techniques that we're showing you, having the bank not being able to sue because they can't prove they own the debt. And that's what most people's fears are, is that the bank is now going to come and take their stuff. With that said, here's a little reminder, because this is how it really feels.
Oh my God! Do you feel like this regarding your debt situation? Oh! We can help!
UnitedWeStandPeople.com. The power's in the people.
So don't forget to like this video and share with your friends and subscribe.